Hi everyone, this is Amanda from Echo Consulting, and today I wanted to share a really quick tip when you're using Monday.com. So Monday.com has a lot of great features for managing multiple projects and a lot of sub-projects or sub-tasks or sub-items. And one of the things that's really nice about Monday.com is that when you have a project or a parent task and you have subtasks or sub-items or child tasks, however you term that, within a parent task, you can actually formulate the data to have its own specific set of column or kind of field types. So you can see here that I've got a sample board. I've got a parent task or a parent kind of project task that has all of these columns set up. But when you look at the sub items, the columns are different. And that's a good thing actually, because it allows us to really get some granularity in terms of how we're managing our subtasks, because sometimes we do need to know different pieces of information about these subtasks that we just don't need to see rolled up in the parent task. But when we have some of the same fields that we need for both parent and sub item or main task and subtask, it can get a little bit tricky in terms of rolling up all the data if it's not all kind of categorized properly. So today I wanted to share just how a really simple way to make sure that your sub-items, if they are using the same fields as your parent task or your parent item, that those sub-items have those same fields available. So Monday.com does make it pretty easy to just add individual columns one by one. But of course, if you're doing this for a lot of different parent tasks and a lot of different sub-items, or if you're, again, working across multiple projects, it's just nice if there's an easy, streamlined way to make sure that the parent fields match the sub-item fields. And so what we're going to do today is copy the column titles and column types of the parent task into the subtasks. So all I need to do here is just click this little plus button. That's how you add a column. Again, you could do it individually, but let's go ahead and add a couple at once. So I'm going to click add column. You can see they give you some options here. So they say, these are the different, essentially different ways data is formulated, right? So you've got text, you've got, is it someone that exists in the workspace that you're going to, have the person be the piece of information here? Is it a number? Is it a date? And so these are some options for us. You can see there's more options here as well. But what I'm really interested today is this top button here called Copy Parent Columns. So this is a relatively new feature in Monday.com. It's really helpful if we just click this. What it does is it auto-populates all of the field types or column types from the parent task or from kind of the main sort of project task here. And so what you can do is decide which of those fields you want to be copied over to the child tasks for the sub-items. So I can see here I've already got owner, I've already got status and date. Those are three things that also show up in the parent task. But what I don't have and what I'd like to have for these subtasks is the project sponsor and the status. And let's go ahead also and put in estimated time. So that way when we're managing these subtasks, we get a sense of, what is the overall time for the parent task for the project, and how much time do these individual sub-items take. So let's go ahead and hit copy columns. Okay, and then what you'll see here, you get a little kind of automated pop-up message that just tells you that it was a success, but then you get these column types. You can still move them around if you want. So you see this little kind of hand shows up. I'm just going to click and drag this. I've got a little bit of a delay on just the end of my computer there, but so you can move these over if you want to reorder them. I just want to bring this sponsor column over right next to owner so that it matches the top. Now, it's worth noting here that even though we've got all the same column types, or you could think of it as data fields again, it's not going to copy over the data itself. So you can see that all of these cells or these different pieces where information or data is stored, they're not filled yet, right? I put this in here to just show that the owner is the same, but you are going to want to go in and just make sure that you update the actual pieces of data. But that's what we want, right? So we don't necessarily want to copy all the data from the parent. We want to be able to copy the types of data that we're capturing and then add in the appropriate data for each sub-item. So again, this is a really quick kind of streamlined way to add a bunch of fields or column types to sub-items in Monday.com. I hope that's helpful for making working in Monday.com just a little bit smoother, a little bit more streamlined. But if you've got other questions or things you want to learn about Monday.com or other project management tools, definitely check out our YouTube channel, Echo Consulting, or head over to our website, echoconsultingpm.com. And we've got tons of tips and tutorials on how to use these really awesome tools.